So there's been a lot of XDefiant news happening within the last couple of months, I'd say from like August until now. And I want to make it all in one video to basically showcase all information you guys need to know from then till now. And I'm going to speed run through everything and give my opinion at the end, okay? So first things first, let's go to August, I believe 23rd. So August 23rd, Mark Rubin, the developer for XDefiant, has posted this saying, "Hey all, I know it's been quiet, and I apologize for that. We're in a phase where we are submitting XDefiant for release and squashing any last-minute bugs, and on a new IP example, not a sequel to a sequel to a sequel like COD usually is. We are taking the time to get those steps right. I love how excited everyone is about our game. We reached many more people than we ever expected already, and I share your frustration on just wanting to be able to play. But unlike what mom thinks, making game isn't all fun in games, and not every part of the process is as fun as others. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The team is hard at work, and we're making progress every day to get the game in your hands. And as soon as it's ready, to get the game in your hands, as soon as it's ready. Thank you again to everyone for being fans of our game, and I hope to see y'all soon in game." So that was that. Again, on August 23rd, we have another update. Real quickly, I don't want to say this right now. I enjoyed XDefiant. I love the game. I really enjoyed the close beta with me and my boys. I see this as a guy who isn't trying to rush anything. He wants to take care of as much things as possible to give us the best version of the game possible, okay? That's that. Then we have this one from August 29th, the update. Mark Rubin states that the PEGI approvals do not indicate the game being approved by platforms. He's hoping to have an update on XDefiant soon, showcasing this. So I've seen the PEGI approvals going live and creating rumors about the game being approved. This is not the case. It literally just means that PEGI has approved the rating that they've assigned to the game. It's completely disconnected from submission. I'm hoping to have another update soon, and just so it makes sense, what we are doing during our submission process is something we have to do. When we are allowed to launch is dependent on that process. We are not able to just release the game whenever we want. I think a lot of people believe that you could just drop game whatever you want as soon as it's just done to be polished, which isn't the case. From what I've seen so far, you have to submit to PEGI to get the approval, like the rating approved for the game. You have to go through a bunch of submission processes. The first time usually doesn't go through, but the second time probably does. And then once everything is approved and ready to go, then you're ready to launch the game, hopefully, okay? So again, that is August the 29th, 2023. So we have our third update on September 3rd, 2023. Says, Mark Rubin explains why a release date has not been announced for XDefiant. Mark Rubin, the reason is simple. That we don't have a date that we're sharing. When a game normally launches, it either just drops right after marketing starts, so that the first you hear of it after is basically ready to ship, or the date is targeted long in advance and the team crunches. I don't want our team crunching, and instead of only marketing a game once it's nearly ready, we had people playing for almost 2 years before the launch because we wanted to involve players early to have them be a part of development, okay? So again, still no word on the release date yet for XDefiant, and again, that is on literally September 3rd, 2023. That's about, I think, what, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, literally, 2 weeks ago, basically last Monday that was, okay? And now we have an actual post from Mark Rubin here. It's on September 11th, literally this Monday. This was this week, by the way, okay? So if you want to read all this, you're more than welcome to, please. But I'm not going to spend the next 20 minutes or so reading through everything. Basically, to get through the first part, first things first, here's a detailed description of how the submission process goes. Read that, go for it. Gotta go through a bunch of stuff, just the gist of it. Gotta go through the first submission to go through, which is typically normal, apparently. And then, so here we are, where we are in this. At the end of July, we started this process and we got our first results back by mid-August, which was a not pass. We realized then that we had more work related to compliance than we had anticipated. If it had passed, then we would have been able to ship it at the end of August, but it didn't. And so we have spent the last 3 to 4 weeks fixing those issues and are getting ready to do another submission. We're currently in the CM prep part of that process, and we will hopefully be submitting the two first parties in a little less than 2 weeks. If that passes cleanly, then we could be looking at a mid to end of September release. There is, however, a likely scenario where we get a conditional pass, meaning that we would have to do a day one patch with the same final fixes to ensure compliance. If we do need to do a day one patch, then that pushes us to our date to mid to early October. So basically, to summarize it for you, don't know what that means. They're doing a second process run, and if it comes back a good way, we're looking at an early release date. If it comes back, they have to do more work and have to do a day one patch, we're looking at later October to mid-October. Okay, that's where we're at. Okay, so basically, they're middle of submitting right now, so we're looking at maybe in the next 2 weeks, hopefully, or we're looking at probably October. That's the 2 different months. Okay. So then he says, why is there no firm release dates? If we were following the standard rules for game releases, we would have set a date far enough in advance with enough buffer to have a confident release date. However, like a lot of things with this game, we have not chosen the typical route. Having millions of players play our game long before it's ready is not normal, and not being afraid to show an unfinished game to millions of people with all its flaws is not normal. These are real tests and not just marketing events. So when it comes to when we will release, the real answer is as soon as we can. And then in the end, we will continue to update you with more info when we have it. To conclude, we set out since the concept of this game to be more transparent with our community and to listen to our players and act on our feedback. We've shown that we will add features in the middle of development based on player requests, map voting, which is now, and S&D light mode that is coming later in our two examples of this. We want this to be your game. I know that's a lot of info, so thank you for taking the time to read it all. I know it's been quite a journey to get to this point, and I want to thank every single person that has joined us along the way. We really can't wait to go live and share our passion and love for XDefiant with everyone. Hoping to see you all soon in game. So that's Mark Rubin. Basically, just of it all, Mark Rubin was down to basically give us all a chance to play this on an unpolished, flawed game. And basically, as he's basically developing the game right now, he's taking feedback for the community based upon requests, and hopefully, basically they're doing prestige mode, possibly differently, possibly the way we want it to be. Map voting, S&D, all the good stuff and more, which I'm happy about. The main thing would be is this. I love a developer that will communicate with the community. A, B, C, D every single day of the week. Constantly, hey guys, here's what's going on. Hey guys, here's what's going on. This is where we're at. This is where we're gonna go. This is what's happening. Because some developers, not developers, they don't tell you shit. They just don't tell you nothing. And you're sitting there and you just have to basically play the guessing game. Okay. Now I'm going to really quickly make sure there's no more updates on XDefiant as of right now before I end this video. Okay. So Mark Rubin did tweet this on September 12th. Also to clarify, we didn't expect to pass the first sub. It was possible, but not likely, and that's very normal for any game. And as for our next sub, everything is on track and going well. But again, there's a chance for a need for a day one patch, but we won't know until after the sub. Okay. So y'all saw with this. Just FYI, I wrote this post last week, so the time you mentioned as to when we would be submitting the next build is less than what it says in the tweet. 1, we now not 2. I want a good game overall. I think a lot of us do. I don't want to just put out a game and it's full of bugs, full of mistakes. I mean, you can have bugs because there's going to be bugs in general, and there's no single game that is launched multiplayer wise that is perfect. There's always some type of glitch or bug. It just happens, okay? But I'd rather a developer communicate with us daily, keep us going, keep us up there in the process, and not crunch his team, not push his team to the absolute max to make this game perfect. So, as always, Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are y'all excited for XDefiant? Subscribe for more XDefiant news coming your way. Thank you for watching as always. Peace and courtesy friendly. And my thoughts are, again, I cannot wait for this game to come out. Do what you gotta do, Mark Rubin. We're all hoping for the best game possible. Appreciate you as a community developer. Thank you for all you do. Peace.